everybody, it's Debbie. You're at your home, your happy place. Thank you for joining me today. Happy New Year. Okay, I think you might know why I haven't been here. We're on, I think, maybe January 5th, and this is the first time I'm really speaking this year, and obviously not doing a very good job. I'm having deja vu because last Christmas I came off and it was the same thing and it lasted so long. There's going to be a lot of edits because I'm coughing, but that's what happens when you're 24/7 in a house with 4 toddlers and sometimes 7 grandchildren, all with different germs. And this is what happens to me. So I'm eager to share news and a story that I hope you're going to enjoy. I think you will. And so I want to get started. First, I want to recap a little bit about Christmas. Don't get me wrong, I loved my Christmas decor. And as we've spent the last, today's day 5, so hopefully my husband and I, will have it all gone and put away today. Normally I don't do it that fast. I like to linger in it for a while, but I gotta tell you, it was too much for me. I would look at my kitchen area where my table and my 2 little settings were for the kids, cocoa area and telephone and mailbox, plus 2 wreaths on the door and something over the door. And it was like, too much. Then I'd look into the family room and I loved my 2 trees and I loved what I did on the table. I loved my reindeer. And then my mantle made me happy too. I had 2 more wreaths and 2 more wreaths plus something on either side of the mirror. And I was claustrophobic. I just have to be honest. So it's just good to know that about myself. Did you learn anything from your Christmas decorating experience that, maybe you didn't know? So, note to myself, I'm pulling back a little bit next year. Okay, let's get to the news. I'm going to tell it in a story. So, a year ago Christmas, I was asked by a neighbor friend, would I consider being on a home tour? And I think I shared a little bit of that on my channel. I know I did. And it was from her Bible study. And it was for charity. And I guess they charged money or something. I don't know. I didn't, I just said yes, of course. I mean, I love sharing my home. This past year, somebody else said, I've got a friend who drives up and sits in front of your house. And so I thought I'd ask you, would you mind letting her have a tour? Oh my gosh, it took us a while to get together, but it was such a joy to share my home with her. And we ended up having this amazing conversation about God in the end. Anyway, during the Christmas tour a year ago, one of the tour people said, would you consider sharing your home with 417 magazine, which is our local. 417 is the area code. So it covers Springfield. I don't know how far west it goes. And then it goes into Branson. And I don't know if it goes into Arkansas, but it's a pretty big area. And we've subscribed to the magazine for years. I've shown it to you before. It's always filled with a lot of local restaurants and, what's going on in the area. It's a lovely magazine. And in fact, when we were looking for a builder for this house, my husband found the builder through the home magazine department that they had at the time, where they every year would award Builder of the Year, and our builder received the award more than once, maybe 3 times. So she happened to be the wedding photographer. They also used to do this huge wedding magazine every, I guess, May, June. They hosted fashion shows. They hosted this wedding thing that we went to when my daughter was getting married, because she got married down here at Big Cedar overlooking the lake. And so we used a lot of the vendors that were featured. So it's a near dear publication. And so, of course, I said yes. I mean, come on, you guys. Many of you have said, oh, it's magazine worthy. And I always think, yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? Well, it took a long time for them to contact me. And I sat with the editor of the previous, it was its own separate magazine, Home, 417 Home, but they've consolidated it. And so 417 Home is inside the 417 magazine now. So in November, I had an interview in my home, and I was so nervous. I didn't know what I was going to say. And I had asked her, what are you going to be asking me and things? And she said stuff about like the art on your wall and stuff. And I thought, she doesn't know me. I said, I have a lovely home and it's well appointed, but my decor is the decor that you can get at Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, because I like to flip it out. And so if you look at my art, I don't think you're going to be that impressed with it. And she said, that's fine. That's very relatable. So I set my concerns aside, and we had a wonderful conversation. I am a talker when I can talk. And I was sitting there in my partially Christmas decorated home, which, if you recall, was green, a lot of green, and a little cream. And then into the kitchen, it was red and a little green. And I think my dining room was gold with a touch of navy. And I heard myself saying my tagline for my YouTube channel and my blog is Live Life Colorfully. I heard myself saying how color was so important to me, and talking about light and lumens as I sat there and looked around my house and you couldn't see any real color at all. Now, yes, it was the holidays, but it took me back. And in the fall, I went in a totally different direction that is my aesthetic. I'm not saying I regret it. I loved it. But not knowing where I was headed this year, knowing I was saying these things that are going to be in a magazine, I went back to my inspiration. And so I'm going to share in here some pictures of when I was collecting over 10 years of photos of houses and things. I'm not going to put all that, but I'm going to put a few in. And then when I discovered a few years ago something that I really connected with, which I think is a cross between chinoiserie and Palm Beach style, and maybe Grand Millennial. I don't know. It is colorful, it's bright, and it's eclectic. And so that is what they're going to get from me. And here's the bad news for me. They're filming. I have a photo shoot on January 13th, and today is the 5th. And I'm still taking down Christmas, and I have to have a huge part of my home photo shoot ready. They want to do the family room, the kitchen, the breakfast nook, the powder room, the rotunda, the laundry room, the dining room, the butler's pantry, my husband's study, our sitting area and bedroom, and I think bath, and the little balcony, um, and the bar. So all 3 levels. And she said, I don't want you to get, pressured. So, so it is a lot of pressure. I'm so thrilled though. I can't even tell you. And it is pressure because I'm thinking, is this magazine worthy, you guys? One of the things she said to me was, looking into my kitchen, which was overdone for Christmas, was, can we have a little less decor so we could see a little bit more of the kitchen? So they're not here because I have a YouTube channel, and they're not here because of my decorating. My decorating changes obviously from season to season. They're here because of the architecture, the, the features of my home, the trim work, that type of thing. And, but what I'm going to be bringing to you in this first part of 2025 is truly trying to capture what I was telling her. And, I've said it before, but if you're new to the channel, I love Lily Pulitzer. Her clothes are very colorful, uh, little. It's very impressionistic. So every now and then she'll have a palm tree or something, but usually it's just swirls, and maybe if she has fish or mermaids or something in there, you can't really tell. And but it has that coastal, maybe Palm Beach feel. And so I am excited to share that I actually am going to be featuring a little bit of Lily, because over the past I've collected some of her home stuff. And currently, and this is news for you, if you love Lily, she is again doing a Pottery Barn collaboration with Pottery Barn Teen. But you can buy bedspreads that are king size. And because I guess this was a maybe summer, fall promo, it's on sale. And I just ordered some pillows I can't wait to get, that were $19, you guys, from Pottery Barn. And they're gorgeous, and they're Lily. So if I can find them, I will put pictures in here and let you see some of the items that are coming. And I'm just going to take you on that journey. So what's coming up? My schedule for 2025 is going to be Thursdays and Sundays only. Now, I did this last year and ended up coming on 3 times a week. I'm not going to tell you that I might not show up on another day of the week. And if I do, I might not be decorating. I might be doing something more like this, talking decorating. Because when I decorate, I know I explain a lot, but there's so much more I'd love to share with you. And many of you talk about building and custom homes or remodeling, and I have so much I can share. So if I come on a 3rd time, I'm likely to be doing something different. And I've said that before, and then it ends up being decorating. Why? Because I have a big house and I like to share it all with you. But I'm going to try and hold back a little bit this year. My numbers for this year were terrible. Last year at Christmas, oh my goodness, I would get 8,000 views. This year, I was getting barely 2. And I don't know what happened because I thought my house was very lovely. And I really had cut back on the chattiness, but maybe that was a problem. But maybe it also was last year, I was pink. I was very different than anybody else. And I may have lost a lot of views because I had gone into the more general looks of everybody else. And again, I don't regret anything I did. I loved it. But what it taught me is I don't care whether I get low numbers on a certain video or not, because if I'm just being true to myself, I'm just at a very low level right now. The income is super low. So if I told you, you'd go, what in the world? You'd make more money, selling Girl Scout cookies. But I love doing this. So, okay. So Thursdays and Sundays, I'm going to start with for this coming week. I am going to showcase my first tablescape of the year, which is going to be a Lily Pulitzer inspired, and it's going to include some Lily Pulitzer in it. So I can't wait to share it with you. And that'll be on Thursday. So if you're new, I don't sound like this all the time. If you're new, I'm going to next time probably share a little bit more about, who I am. I won't do it right on the next time. I'll do that on a third video. I'll tell you all about me and who I am as a decorator, etc. So I'll throw that in a week after the photo shoot. So I hope you're excited to join me as I embark on this journey. And it's scary, I have to say. I mean, I'm thinking, I don't have anybody to do my hair, my makeup. I don't have somebody here telling me, gee, that looks great, or it doesn't. I'm going to count on you guys on Thursday to tell me. And then I'll come in on Sunday that week, which is the day before they'll be shooting. And I'll give you my family room, and maybe you can tell me, oh my gosh, it's a mess, Debbie, do this, do that, whatever. I'm excited to share it though. As I close out with pictures of my house and maybe some Pinterest, I don't know where I'm going to find them. I'm also going to give you a couple pictures of the last week with my family. Not a lot, but I love sharing it. And because so many of you have been praying for my son, here's my update. I don't have all of your cards yet. My daughter has them. The weather's terrible, and she didn't get them until 2 days ago, and we haven't met, so we know there's more cards. The first one is from Elaine, and I sat here with my son at the counter as he opened them, and he's a guy, and he doesn't want people fussing over him, but I definitely think that he was touched. Now, maybe I'm reading into it, but I think he was touched that total strangers were actually sending him cards and writing notes. You guys, you wrote notes in here, and he read them out loud, and I'm just so appreciative. This was from Marion. Thank you. There's only a few, so it's not like I'm going to go through 10. This is from Donna. And I think the last one here is Marty. So thank you guys so much. And if you sent a card, I'll share it the next time I see you guys at the end. Let me give you an update. Here's what we know. He's gone to his oncologist for the first time this past week. There is, up until 2 years ago, no treatment for renal cancer except for removing the kidney. They don't do chemotherapy. It doesn't work. And they may they maybe do radiation, but he didn't say that. But in the last 2 years, they've come up with immunotherapy. And so he's going to have 9 treatments over a little over a year, 6 weeks apart. And it doesn't affect, if it works and his body doesn't fight it, won't affect him. He won't even know, that he's had anything. He won't lose his hair. He'll be able to work. He'll have energy. All of those are such good things. The bad news is it could turn on his own body, like his because it's going to teach his cells to fight that cancer. If there's even cancer, we don't know. There's no more tumors in his body at this time, but there could be little cells floating around looking for a place. And so that's what it's called. I remember when Princess Catherine, said she was having preventative cancer chemo, and people are like, they don't do that. Well, they do. They actually do. And that's what he's having. And so we don't know if he has cancer anymore. He could be free. We don't know. But if that happens, if it could attack his colon, it could attack his lungs, it could attack his pancreas. They stop treatment and there's no more treatment. So that is our prayers right now, is that the treatment works and he gets all 9 of them in. Prayers that he's completely free of cancer would be even better. And I thank you all for your prayers. And all right, I think that's it. Okay, thanks for your patience with my voice and for waiting for me to come on. I would appreciate a like, a share if you can. Share me on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. And comments. I did not answer one single comment. Just know I read every single one. And I don't have the time right now to go back and start. So I'm starting the new year fresh. And I thank you for having patience with me. So following my talking, I'm going to put up some inspiration photos of where I hope my house is getting inspired from, and some of those lily pillows and some family photos. And I'll see you hopefully on Thursday. Hopefully I didn't ruin my voice and I won't be able to talk then either. And thanks, you guys. Take care. Have a wonderful week. I'm in the middle of the storm, but just south of it. So while there's blizzards just above me, and we had a little ice this morning, I think my area is going to be okay. But I know a lot of you are in a bad area and going to lose power, etc., etc. Prayers for safety, and stay warm and inside if you can. I love you all, and happy